What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Sporting. Today we take on Benfica in the Supertaca. We start the 2028 season with Sporting. We have completed the offseason, and yes, we did spend 124 million American dollars on one player. Our previous transfer record was 23 million for Ivan Vistic, so we just barely edged that one out. But even with signing a single player for $124 million, we've made a net transfer profit this offseason as well. We've made more profit than Benfica and Porto combined while spending $124 million on a player. So I feel like we've done pretty well this offseason. We haven't really lost any key players, but we brought in a player that I think is going to be pretty key for us. I felt like we needed to make that change. We needed to really just go all out because we're so close. We just need that little bit more to put us over the edge, and hopefully this player is going to be it. Before I show you him, I'm going to tease you a little bit longer because actually a lot has gone on this offseason. Starting off with some job offers. I've actually had two teams come to me this offseason. They offered me interviews and then offered me the job. The first one that came to me was Real Madrid. And the second one was the best team in the game without a shadow of a doubt, Liverpool. So if we can get those jobs, I'm pretty sure we can get any job in the world when and if we want it. So whenever we do complete this challenge with Sporting, our reputation is even going to go up more once we complete this challenge because we've won the Champions League. So we'll legitimately be able to get any job we want as long as it's available. That's just the one kicker, is a good job has to be available. So, obviously, we couldn't take these at this time. I would have loved to, but I got to win this Champions League with Sporting. So, hopefully, they'll still offer us those kind of jobs in a year or two, however long it's going to take us. But we know it's an option now to get, the biggest jobs in world football. So, that was really cool to see them offer me those jobs. Other than that, we've had both the European Championships and the Copa America. Let's get started looking at the European Championships. So in the group stages, Group A was England, Italy, Ukraine, and Romania, and they finished in that order. Group B, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, who just miss out, and Wales. Group C, Germany, Czech Republic, Albania, and Poland finishing bottom. Robert Lewandowski has retired, which is probably why. Group D, France, Turkey, Kosovo qualifying, and Israel. Holland, Ireland, Scotland, and Group E with Croatia missing out. I'm sure a lot of Croatia's good players are retired for a while, actually. And then Group F, Norway, Belgium, Austria, with Greece just missing out. So, yeah, most of the teams you would expect to get through got through. I don't think there's any shock teams that aren't really there. So if we go next to the second round, England beat Czech Republic on penalties. A little bit closer than you'd like as England, considering against Czech Republic. Spain beat Italy, a huge matchup in the second round. Spain beat Italy. Spain emerged victorious. Portugal beat Scotland. Austria beats Germany on penalties. Turkey beats Ireland on penalties. Ukraine beats Norway 2-1. Holland beats Kosovo. And France beats Belgium. So two really big matchups in the second round. France, Belgium, and Spain, Italy. That works out perfectly for the likes of England and Holland. I mean, two less teams that are really competitive that are going to be gone. And Germany gets knocked out. Portugal's still there, though. In the quarterfinals, Turkey beat Ukraine. Portugal beat England 2-0. And Spain beat Austria on penalties. And Holland beat France. That's a big one. Holland over France. It is being held in Italy, by the way. So the fact Italy got knocked out so early, probably not great for them. Semifinal, it is Turkey v Portugal. And Portugal kind of smashed them. Kind of cool because we have a lot of Portuguese players in this team. And then Spain loses to Holland 3-2. So the final is Holland-Portugal. And did Portugal win it? No. They lost 1-0 to Holland. Do we have players playing in this final? I'm sure we had some. For Portugal, obviously. Gonçalves played. Inacio started as well. And that seems to be about it for us. I'm sure we had some players on the bench because I think no one that... Oh, Bruno Thiago was on the bench. He actually was the leading goal scorer in the European Championships. Bruno Thiago. He got 7 goals. Polina also on the bench. They saw some games in this tournament, but Portugal looks like they got pretty unlucky. Higher XG, bunch more shots, same shots on target, more possession, better chances. just one of those games. They scored in the 45th minute. Van den Leerden. Is he a regen? He's not a regen. He's a real player. Wow. He doesn't have a face, but he's really good. Who is this guy? Wait. Oh, it's fake. It's fake Netherlands. I gotta fix. Yeah, they're all fake players. I'm sure Germany's players were all fake too. Sometimes, even if like you do the real name fix, if there's like an update during the season or during your season, it breaks it again. So you have to reinstall it. I guess I have to redo it. So Holland actually didn't have real players, but they still won the European Championships. All right, let's look at the Copa America. So for Copa America, only 2 groups. Group A, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, and Peru go through. Ecuador, Costa Rica both miss out. Both decent teams too, so it kind of sucks they miss out. Got pretty unlucky to be in the group with Colombia, Argentina, and Brazil. So Group B, Uruguay, Venezuela, Bolivia, and Japan. You might be wondering, why is Japan playing in Copa America? I looked it up because I wasn't sure either. I saw like a Japanese player is one of the top goal scorers. I was like, wait, why is a Japanese team playing in the South America? But I guess because they don't have enough teams, there's like a guest nation that plays in Copa America, and this year it was Japan. They actually qualified from the group over Chile. And then in the quarterfinal, Colombia beat Venezuela on penalties. Uruguay beat Peru 2-1. Argentina beat Bolivia 2-0. And poor Japan, they got Brazil, and they got smashed. All right, in the semifinal, Argentina beat Brazil 2-1. And Colombia beat Uruguay in extra time. So that's a pretty good semifinal for probably, I would say, the best teams in Copa America. Just sucks that Argentina and France had to play at this stage. In the third place between Brazil and Uruguay, Brazil won 2-1. And in the final, Colombia beat Argentina. So Colombia hold the Copa America. Past couple of years it's been Argentina, and then obviously Brazil, that's real life. But I actually didn't look at the past winners of the European Championships. I don't know if I've shown them every single time. So we'll go over the past winners real quick. Holland actually won it last year as well. I think it was with real players then, or 4 years ago, whatever. Because I think it was fine then, but for that, Italy, obviously. So Holland have been the 2 winners in this save. Like I said, Bruno Thiago, the top goal scorer in the competition. That's really cool. So yeah, we've had all that, but now what you've been waiting for, the transfers, because there's been quite a few. So we're going to start with the transfers in, because I'm sure that's what you're most interested about. Who did we spend $124 million on? Well, his name is Luka Karna from Celta de Vigo. He is a Serbian striker. He did gin at Celta Vigo, even though he is Serbian. But his minimum free release clause was $124 million. He's really good. He's a regen, kind of obviously, but yeah, he's ridiculous. I think with him and Bruno Thiago, we have the 2 best young strikers in the game. He is amazing. He was like the 4th top goal scorer in the Liga last year as a 20-year-old, playing for a bottom of the European sides, Celta Vigo, who I think just last year got their first spot in European competition. And he didn't get to play with it because he got sold to us. But he's going to be playing in the Champions League anyways. So Luka Karna is the signing, and he's really good. He's really good. He's a really good striker. He's got good size at 6'2", 16 jumping reach, 15 heading. He is the perfect complete forward to be opposite of Benjamin Sesko and right next to Bruno Thiago. Finishing, the only thing that really lets him down, but like I said, he was like the 4th top goal scorer in the Liga last year with 19 goals, so he can still score. And with Bruno Thiago and his 44 goals next to him and Sesko next to him, he should have plenty of opportunities. He's just really good. Like I said, I can't say it enough times. His physicals are nuts. Pace, not insane, but good strength as well. Acceleration, agility, balance, just bonkers. 6'2", 16 jumping rate, 15 heading. Good dribbler, good passer, which makes him a perfect complete forward. 19 off the ball. Good composure. He has everything. He's a very good player. And we didn't ruin our wage structure to get him. He is on $155K, which is a little high. I think our top earner, other than him, is it Sesko? Or have I signed somebody else? No, it is Sesko at $120. So he is our new top earner, but he has an 8-year contract. 5-year deal until 2033, and then optional 3 years after that. I could have got him for probably around $110K a week, but I really wanted that 8-year deal because after the 5 years, he'd probably want $300,000 plus with how good he is. So the fact I can get him right now for $155, that is going to be a bargain in 6, 5, 3, 4 years even. So yeah, locked him up long term, and he's going to be a great player for us. I'm almost sure about it. He looks so good. We needed a third striker. We didn't really have anyone we really believed in that could consistently score and play well. I think Luka Garner could be that guy. The other signings we made, Musa Niakate, he's replacing a player that we sold. I'm sure you might have already seen him, but he's come in for pretty cheap, $500,000 or a little bit less than that, I think, 350, yeah, 300. So he is 32, but he's still really good. His physicals are still really good. He's got good natural fitness, so he should be good for another 3 years at least. Wages are reasonable, 32.5. I mean, his technicals aren't crazy. He's got long throws, which could be interesting, but he's just solid all the way around. He's got decent height, decent aerial ability. I think Musa Niakate is an underrated player, and I think he's going to be good for us, especially for how cheap we got for him. Because the player he's replaced, we sold for $80 million. So we got him for $300. We sold the guy we replaced him with for $80, and that player was Ethan Ampadu. First, I think Arsenal came in with a bid of $60 million. Originally, I accepted it because that's a lot of money, but I wasn't sure. I mean, I looked through the market to see if I could find somebody to replace him that would make sense. There really wasn't any, but then Southampton came in. They whopped $80 million on the table, and I was going to back out of the Arsenal deal. I couldn't back out of that deal. $80 million for Ethan Ampadu is just nuts. He's really good, but he's not $80 million good. Let's be honest here. It's just the, Welsh tax or whatever you want to call it, the UK and Ireland tax. I think that's the whole reason he's $80 million, because he's not an $80 million player. So I had to sell him for that price. And obviously, spending $124 million, I kind of need to recoup some of that. So he's been sold. Hale is just a region that's come in for free, just an okay player to be depth. Another player we signed to replace another player that's left is Mateus Pereira from Guimarães. He is a Brazilian left back for $3 million, raising to 3.8. He's not amazing, but we don't need him to be. He's like our third left back. He's on really cheap wages. I just need somebody that I could trust in a start, and I think I could trust him in a start if I need to. So, yeah, I'm happy with him. So that's really the only players that come in. They've mostly been replacing players that left and spending $124 million. So the players that have left, a couple loanees. Fromm has gone back out on loan. Riven Niera has gone back out on loan to Sevilla. He might be starting for us next year. Depends on what we see from everybody else that left back. Nuno Santos, the other quote-unquote left back that left, he went to Real Betis for $11.5 million. 33 years old. He's starting to lose it. Physicals are really starting to drop off. Dribbling's really starting to drop off. I think I picked the right time to bail. His contract is expiring as well. I think for us it expired in 2029, and they only gave him a 1-year deal. So, yeah, he's just for $11.5 million. I feel like I had to take that deal. I kind of wanted him out. We had so many players there, and yeah, I'd rather give time to the younger players and get rid of these older players that just weren't really playing much. A bunch of other regions been out on loan. Gonzalo Balanta, one you might be surprised by. He's left to go to Hertha Berlin for $25 million. His contract was also running out in 2029, and he's never going to be a good striker for us. Like, we've got so many other strikers that are just much better than him at playing striker that with 1 year left on his deal, he wanted like around this kind of wage, and I wasn't going to pay him that. So I sold him $25 million to Hertha Berlin. We bought him for $0. We got him on a free, so that's all profit. One that hurts a little on the inside, Alexander Sorloth has left us to go to Leicester. Again, he's getting up there in age, 32. He's still at peak performance. He's still as good as he'll ever be, but yeah, we've got, like I said, so many other young players, and Luka Garner is just straight up better than him at basically everything. So I decided to move on from Alexander Sorloth. Did make a little bit of a loss on him, but he was here for 4 years and put in 4 good years for us. So I think that's well worth what we paid for him, and we got $14 million back. That's not too bad for a 32-year-old. 2 more players. Barak Ince left, another player I wanted to sell because his contract was also expiring. He also wanted a decent wage. So he's gone to Norwich for $10.25 million. On $46K there. He's just never going to be a starter for us or even a backup. So, yeah, I thought it made sense to move on at this point. And then what I didn't really plan on, Lewis Nielsen. I got an $18 million offer from Blackburn. And I just couldn't really turn it down. It's good money. He's a solid player, but for $18 million, yeah, I think he can go for that. So, yeah, with all of that, we've made $164 million and spent $127 million. So we've made $40 million in profit from spending $124 million on a player. So our finances are still really good. $236 million in the bank, $178 million in the transfer budget still. That's like $2 million less than what we started at the beginning of the window. And wage budget still, we have plenty of space. So, yeah, we're still in a really good financial position, even though we literally flopped out the cash. But the squad is good. The squad, I think, is very good, and hopefully we can compete for a Champions League this year. The team I'm playing today against Benfica is going to be this one. It's mostly a starting lineup, a few changes in there because of players coming back from injury or just wanted to rotate a little bit. So I am going with the starting front three. I really want to see them in action for the first time. This is going to be their first time playing together. I have played Karna a couple times in friendlies, but I don't think I've ever played them all three together at the same time. So Karna, Thiago, Sesko up front. Guilherme Santos is going to start as advanced playmaker. Mateus Nunes is just coming back from an injury, so I didn't want to rush him back. So Santos is going to play next to Gonzalez. Thyro's going to get the start just to give him some more game time. I still kind of need to determine whether I'm going to keep him after this year. His contract's expiring. He's 34 years old. Obviously, he's homegrown at Sporting, but I need to do what's right by the team, and it might be letting Eric Dyer go. Backup fullbacks are playing. Brigantia on the left, Weigl on the right. No real reason. Malagusto heavy match load, so I didn't really want to start him. And then Lucas Dean, medium match load, but he's fully fit. I decided, let's give Brigantia some games, especially if this is Lucas Dean's last year here. Center backs were going Inacio and Franjic, and Harazo in net, which leaves on the bench newcomers like Niakate and Mateus Pereira. Ugarte, Anicic, and Mateus Nunes. DK still there. And look at the rest of the players. Tabata's still here. Ruan, Paulinho, Tomas. So we still got plenty of good players here. Suarez is going to be like a depth center back for us this year with the loss of... I forgot his name completely. The right back that can also play center back. With the loss of Lewis Nielsen. We need somebody else that can play center back. And so I decided to keep Suarez here. He's been loaned out the last couple of years. But he doesn't really have any more potential than what he's already got. So I don't see benefit in loaning him out. I'd rather keep him around here to play for the B team and to be an option at center back in case we need him. So he's going to be around the team this year. Quintana and Oscar Gonzalez are. And Gonzalo Estevez is also going to be. Originally, I loaned him out back to Monterrey, but then we sold Nielsen, and then I kind of needed another right back, so I've recalled him from his loan. I just terminated it. It just hasn't gone through yet because I did it literally like a minute ago. So he's going to be coming back to be a backup right back for us. And then Weigl is going to be a backup midfielder. So with losing Ampadu, he was kind of the main backup central midfielder on defend or anchor man because he was better than Dyer. And I think that's going to be Weigl this year. He's going to play right back still, but he's going to play a lot in the midfield as well. He's going to play a lot. I'm going to try to give Weigl a lot of game time, but I also want to give Estevez a lot of game time because he's developed really well. The whole time he was here, he barely developed. We sent him out on loan for the past 2 years, and he has shot up. So Estevez looks really good. So he's going to be in and around the first team, probably on the bench almost every single game. But that's enough of that. That is the offseason. It was crazy, and we've spent $124 million. Now I need to repay that with goals. This is our chance to exact revenge on Benfica after our last experience against them. Let's show them who we really are. Obviously, they beat us to the title last year, and that irks me. I hope it irks you too, because it should. And I want to make that right today. I want to set the tone for this season and show them this is going to be our year. And that starts by beating them today.
Is a win in the Supertaca Candido de Oliveira of exceptional importance, or is it the kind of match you go into without too much pressure to achieve a result?
Against about anyone else, it'd probably just be another match, but playing Benfica, this one means quite a bit, especially after what happened last season. I can assure you, everyone at this club wants to win this one.
Do you feel that your ambitions for the club are matched by the president?
I do, yes. Our discussions are often creative, and there are a lot of good ideas floated, which promises good things for the future. First highlight, 5 minutes in, we are back to playing football on this channel, and it's going to start with Benfica. They're throwing it in from this right-hand side. They're going to work it down, finally to Wage, who gets it. Going to go back to Getson Fernandez, who looks back for Wage. He's got a lot of space to run into. Don't have many men back, but he's got a lot to do there. Didn't have much help. And he blazes it over. Goal kick immediately after, though. We're going to see the goal kick literally seconds later, and we're going to run with the ball, see if we can create a chance for our own. Brigantia running down this left-hand side just gives it away. It's not what you want to see, especially if he's has any chance of starting next year if Lucas Dean really does drop off, which I kind of expect to happen. But they're playing it through their back. I'm considering this year having our striker man-mark somebody when they only have a 4 at the back, but I don't know. Need to look at it more to see if that's maybe something that can help us, get wins. Weigl on the ball now, though, playing that right back position. Finds Pedro Gonzalez. Ball in. Luca Carna could nearly start it off perfectly. In his first competitive match, Oh my, how did we not score a goal there? Literally, how? Literally, how? Benfica have a throw in from this left-hand side. They're going to look to go long, but Dyer wins it and heads it to Sesko. Now got men on the attack, but they have plenty of men back, so this is going to be difficult for our front three to be able to, especially they've got plenty of men back now. We're going to have to recycle it. Oh, Pedro Gonçalves is found through. Very good ball by Guilherme Santos, the youngster. A beautiful ball to Pedro Gonçalves, splitting their defense apart. They were getting men back, but they were still kind of out of position a little bit. And Pedro Gonçalves found a gap here. They kind of overloaded the center back. The fullback didn't get back, or he was out of position or something, because Pedro Gonçalves in so much space and a good finish in off the inside of the post. And it looks like 1-0 might be the result going into halftime, and I think it is. We've been the better team. We deserve to be leading, but maybe we should have another goal. I don't know. That last chance we had before we scored, where we should have scored like 3 different times, probably would have wanted to put one of those away, but we have a lead, and Benfica haven't done much. Let's make sure that stays the case over the course of this entire second half as well. Matches between close spot rivals are often settled by fine margins. Keep working hard. That was a good first 45 minutes. But this second 45 is going to have to be just as good, if not better. We're going to have to stay on our game from the second half kickoff, because one slip up, one lapse, and Benfica will take advantage of it, and they will score. So we're going to have to play just as well, no mistakes defensively, and let's score a few more goals. Let's put this away. Don't make this even a question. 50th minute, first highlight of the second half is going to start with us, and Guilherme Santos, the assister from the first goal, the only goal so far, eventually finds Weigl, back post, Karna goes for goal. He would have done better to head it across the box, but goes for goal himself. He wants a goal in his debut. I can't blame him. Second highlight starts with Francis as well. He finds Pedro Gonçalves, who finds Sesko. Our leading assister from last year, Benjamin Sesko. I would like to see him score more goals this year, but his assists are nice too. And Karna almost gets an assist. This time he does head it across to Bruno Thiago, but he hits it right into the arms of Vlachodimos. And there's going to be another highlight just a few minutes later. Again, it's going to start with us. This has been all us this second half, which is what I wanted. Bruno Thiago looks for Karna. He's got good speed, but he doesn't have that good a speed. And they're going to get the ball back, and they're going to look to build out from the back. Odysseus goes long. We should be able to win this. Inacio does, and Bruno Thiago drops deep to pick it up. Finds Luca Karna. I want to see him get a goal or assist. He spent $124 million. He kind of needs to. He's on the ball now. At least be involved in a goal, maybe. Guilherme Santos looks for a ball in towards the back post, but it looks like it got deflected and fell all the way back to Pedro Gonçalves, I think. Franjic picks it up and finds Julian Weigl in a lot of space. Not Julian Weigl, the other Weigl. And he finds Karna, and there's the debut goal. Daniel Weigl, the one we have, Daniel, the regen, crosses into the back post, and Luca Karna gets a goal in his competitive debut. He also got a goal in his non-competitive debut. His first game in the friendlies, he scored a goal and got an assist. And it's a header, this time at the back post, over the right back, and he wins it well. That is that 6'2" size and jumping reach and heading ability in action. Of the 75th minute, it's getting ready to make subs, but there's going to be a highlight. See what happens here. Sesko's going to look to pick that up, but he can't quite beat Nuno Tavares to it. But Dyer's going to win the header. It's going to fall to Pedro Gonçalves. This is all us until Pedro Gonçalves gives it away. And this might be the first Benfica attack of this half. Really, of like the whole game. But bad pass there. Benfica have looked very sloppy today. They haven't really been able to do anything going forward. It's been all sporting, and that is what I love to see. Inacio on the ball now. Is going to look for the left back, Bragança. Goes inside to Karna. Can he get an assist as well? What a ball! What a freaking ball from Luca Karna. Like, can we talk about that? Like, that is like Luka Modric against Chelsea good. That ball was nuts. That was actually a very similar pass as well. I don't know if it was outside of the right foot, but that was a ridiculous pass. Left-footed. Oh, Bruno Thiago makes no mistake. Slots it away. Now we can sub out our better players. This might be a kickoff highlight, or it might be I just made a few changes. So let's see. I'm going to commentate it nonetheless. Benfica, if they get one back immediately, they might have a chance, but we haven't seen much from them so far. And that's basically what we've seen so far. Giveaway when just nothing was on. Julian Weigl, who they just signed this offseason, he's like 32. He's not very good. So if they're signing him and we're signing Luca Karna, I feel pretty good about our chances in the league. And we're going to look to score another. Thiago can't quite get to this one, but DK, who comes on, is able to pick it up. Going to find Bragança. Thiago's still in the middle. Goes for Sesko instead, but he hits it just over. All right, 82nd minute, we've got a corner. We've made all of our subs. The two newbies that haven't featured yet, Mateus Pereira and Musa Niakate, are both on the pitch now. The game is over, so I might as well give them their debuts. And we're going to look to score another one. Ugarte also on the pitch. We're taking off Guilherme Santos. Just he's tired, and we're all right. I want to give Manuel Ugarte some game time just to keep him happy more than anything else. I don't think he really has much more potential at he's 24, 25 years old. Benfica are going to look to attack. They're going to look to get a little bit of respect from this game, in which they've been just completely dominated from start to finish. And Julian Brandt, I slagged him off earlier, and he nearly scores a header there, but we cleared off the line, and the long shot goes just over. And it looks like that's how it's going to end. 3-0 to Sporting, and in dominant fashion. We win the Supertaca for is this the third or fourth straight season, it feels like? I know we won it last year. Pretty sure we won it the 2 years before that as well. And this year we beat Benfica to do it, which we've done, I think, once or twice before. But that feels really good. After what we did last season, after how much we struggled last season, that second half of the season, the fact we were, in the XG table, we were better than Benfica. We should have won the league. To absolutely smash them in the first game of this season felt fantastic. You did it. Enjoy the celebrations. We worked hard for this moment. And to do it against Benfica in dominating fashion, that makes it just much more sweeter. Especially after what happened last season. I'm proud of you for coming out here today and setting the tone. This is going to be our season. But it's not going to be happening just because of what we did today. We're going to have to take this kind of performance over the course of the rest of the season because there's a lot of games left. And we have a lot of hard games on our schedule where we're going to have to perform like we did today, if not even better. So the work does not stop here.
As a Lisbon lad, Guilherme Santos is no stranger to the rivalry with Benfica. How important is it to have players that understand the passion of these derby games?
There's definitely an extra incentive for them, and I think we all saw that today. And that does make it 5 consecutive Supertacas. We like this competition, apparently. We are really good at it. So yeah, that's great. Great way to start the season. And of course, Luca Carna gets man of the match. 124 million, already well worth it. He is worth it and more. Luca Carna is going to be great for us. Him and Bruno Thiago up top is going to be a deadly pairing. I'm sure of it. Alright, in terms of where we're going to come back next, I'm not sure yet. Obviously, Champions League group stage is going to be drawn. And so that'll change everything up. We've got Porto at the end of September. So that'll definitely be something we'll be looking towards. But it's to be determined. To be determined, depending on how the Champions League shakes things up. So no guarantees, but probably not in August. Probably sometime in September. But hopefully we get an easy group. Because we've not really gotten an easy group yet. We've gotten an easy team before, once. But we've done well in the group stages, though, no matter who we get. So hopefully we do it well again this year. And hopefully we can freaking put this behind us and just win this Champions League. Because I'm ready to move on. Even with how much I love this Sporting team, I am ready to move on and hopefully bring some of those players with me. That's going to be the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.